My mom's lasagna, I can't make them. She explains them to me. She gives me the recipe. I try to make it, and it never tastes as good. Never.
Don't even try. Don't even
The
try.
love she puts
You gotta
into
get it from mom.
Can you take us back, because you've had 15 years here in America, and you're obviously a world-renowned chef, and you're a TV celebrity. And can you tell us the contrast, though, a little more on, like you're saying, the busy pace of here for you, how that's affected you as opposed to how you grew up? Like, maybe let's start where we back up a little bit to how you grew up in Florence.
Well, I always say I was very, very fortunate and lucky to grow up in a place that's probably one of the most beautiful cities in the world and country as well. Of course, when you are in it, you never appreciate it enough. It's always when you don't have access to it on a daily basis that you start thinking, oh my God, you know what? That was really nice, and that was not usual, to grow up with that. But I grew up in a big family, surrounded by, of course, my grandfather and my grandmother. My grandfather, who just a few days ago turned 100 years old, and which is amazing, right? I so wish I could have been there, but what a beautiful what a beautiful thing to happen actually in 2020. And of course the center of the whole family, the center of who we are, it's always around food and wine. It's about cooking. It's in the kitchen. It happens at home, and it's not only surrounded by friends and family, but it's surrounded by generations of people that have been in your home, in your house. As again, your aunt, your uncle, your grandfather, your grandmother, and they're there passing on traditions. And that's really where I picked up the love and the admiration for food and wine, but food in general. And it was, yes, the act of cooking, but as I always say, it was more the process of it, which I fell in love with. It's the process of slowing down and those moments in between cooking where you talk, where you connect, where you know that you are learning something that you're going to pass along your children or your friends, and doing something so selflessly, like beautiful, like cooking for somebody else. It's just so stunning, and so that's really where I start grounding my love for not only food, but really what food represents. And it was, it's a way of life that I keep going back to when it came time to, travel to the US and fall in love, of course, with the United States and decided to move here 15 years ago. I knew that it was a part of me that I did not want to lose whatsoever, because it's really the part of me that grounds me, that makes me understand and puts things into perspective. It's just so easy. I just posted today on Instagram about it because I took a week off, and I have some people who are like, oh my God, are you okay? What's going on? You're not on it. And I have to do that actually on a monthly basis. I have to take a week off. I have to just, kind of remove myself from the hustle and bustle of things, because it's very easy for me, at least, to lose perspective of what matters and what not, and start living this virtual reality where, we are surrounded by perfect pictures or perfect foods or, chiseled bodies or 5 a.m. workouts or, meditation and yoga every day. And the reality is that sometimes that works, sometimes that's my life, but oftentimes it's not. And we never share that. And we never really kind of want to, share with the people that part of life, which is the beauty of it. It's the fact that despite the chaos, despite the fact that, things are not perfect, despite, sometimes the failures or, the broken dreams, we find perfection and beauty in those moments. We find, we fall in love with the process. And that's where it goes back to cooking and food is, for me, it's not just, it's just the act of it. It's not just a dish. It's the process of it. And it's the fact that you have to fall in love, not with the outcome, but with the process, because you have no idea what the outcome is going to be like.
And I think
my dog has a lot to say.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. We'll have to have a little, like a dog ding that comes up every time she says something. A little bell will come
agrees.
up. Yeah. But
okay.
I love, though, when you talk about your love of food, though, it really is a romance with food. I mean, it's a relationship that's grown, and it's when you talk about every aspect of what made you fall in love with food, it's exciting for me to listen to, and I bet everybody else that listens to you, and it wants us to try and find a bit of that ourselves. It's been really fun for us to be cooking more at home. Linda's teaching me. We'll pull up. We just my mom has an old recipe that she's done since we were kids. It's a mint dessert that we do every holiday. And so we just decided we would try it at home, and it was really exciting and always learning. I've never known, like, I don't know how certain ingredients react with others.
Neither do I.
No, but learning that is fun. So what was the first? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No. That's the beauty when I say like fall in love with the process, is that it's not just, about what's the end product. Is this dessert gonna live up to expectations of my mom or my grandmother or, the restaurant where I ate it at? It's about, am I enjoying the process of doing this? Am I cooking with somebody that I love? Am I learning something new along the way? Am I slowing down? Am I opening a bottle of wine and turning on a candle and put some favorite music on? Those are the moments that you're going to remember. And you know what? If the dessert is going to taste awful and it's not going to come out as you wish, you still have those beautiful memories to hang on, and it's not wasted time. And that's what I'm saying. Like there is this, a lot of my clients are always very afraid of being in the kitchen, and, they're always very intimidated by it. And they ask me like, hey, can you just be there with me? And I say, no, you need to just drink whatever drink you do, pour yourself some whiskey, open a good bottle of wine, just lose up, and then start cooking and go, and stop looking at that magazine that you have picked up the recipe from, or stop looking at the picture of my food. Just start like cooking as you're going through, and really enjoy the process without being attached to the idea that it's going to look like, the magazine. It's going to look like my mom's. Listen, I'm 35 years old. I've been trying to do my mom's lasagna for 35 years. And I can tell you, I'm not saying that I know more about cooking than my mom, but I went, that's what I do. I went to career school, and you would think that I can still make something, and I can't. My mom's lasagna, I can't make them. And she explains them to me. She gives me the recipe. I try to make it, and it never tastes as good. Never.
Don't even try. Don't even try.
The love she puts
You gotta get it from mom.
Not even try. It's true.
It's so true though, because you talk about falling in love with the process, and the process or the journey is what we remember.
Yeah.
And we've been watching Say I Do on Netflix, and every single episode is just mind blowing. And
we have we have 5 boxes of Kleenexes right next to the remote.
Terrible. I get so mad at it because I think like, how could you guys do this to us? Like, I'm trying to work, and I have something on in the background, and I'm just like boogers everywhere, tears everywhere.
But really great.
But amazing, yeah.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
The food that you make for their weddings are amazing. But thinking back at all the episodes we've seen, I don't really remember the food, like the exact meal
at our wedding.
No, just like in general. I don't remember the exact meal as beautiful as it looked, but what I remember is the conversations that were had around it.
See, that's beautiful. I like that you said that.
Yeah, and it's just a testament to how food really helps us, connect at a deeper level. I mean, you're around it all the time. What do you think it is about food that allows us to go deeper?
Eating in general, it's one of the most primal acts, that we do, like on a day-to-day basis, right? And we do it multiple times a day. And it's usually, of course, the center of all of it was the cooking around the fire and kind of coming together as a community. And it wasn't just a moment where we feed ourselves and so we can stay alive. It's a moment where we again share who we are, our story, what our community looks like. In the past we used to do it with our tribes. Now we do it with our families, with our friends, and the people that we love the most. And I think that primal act, that meaning, has stayed there. It's just seeing, hearing what you're just mentioning, the fact that you don't really necessarily remember what they ate, but you remember the stories of it. I think there is something to say there, because each meal, each menu that I crafted was, a place of celebration. And of course, around the table, everybody celebrating such an important day, but also was a representation of these love stories, and there is a way of doing that. It was a representation of where these couples came from. And so bringing all the traditions so that they came with it, but also a place and a moment where we can create new traditions for these couples to bring along with their own family. So it's a really magical moment, any wedding really, when it comes to food. It's really a place of past, present, and future. And if you can create the element, not only with food. Jeremiah does it with interior design. Of course, Ty does it with the amazing fashion. But if you are able to create a space that celebrate all of the three phases, then you have something very special that, regardless of what's going to look like, or the food, or the number of guests, or, whether it's going to be held at home in a backyard or in a, fancy castle, it speaks about the love story. And that's the power of food, really. Yeah.
Thank you so much to Chef Gabe for chatting with us today. And if you haven't already, watch Say I Do on Netflix.
Yes, and subscribe if you love the video. We have new episodes every Tuesday, so also click that little bell for notifications. We also do some food videos, delicious, and music.
And crafting, maybe?
And crafting. The full-length podcast, if you want the full chat with Chef Gabe as well, is available wherever you get your podcast, so the link is below for that.
And we want to hear from you all. Comment below and let us know what 3 things you're grateful for.
We are grateful for you guys, so thank you so much for watching.
And you.
And you.
And the sun.
And lasagna and apple pie.
I feel like you're going to have to make lasagna and apple pie now.
I think we end with food all the time.
Probably. I'm always hungry.
I'm hungry. Bye.